It was an eventful weekend in Duggarland. Not only did Jeremiah Duggar and Hannah Wissmann get married, but fans learned that there's another little Duggar on the way. Yes, it looks as though Joseph Duggar and wife Kendra Caldwell are expecting their fourth child. There was a time, of course, when the couple would have gleefully shared this news with fans, but the entire Duggar family is keeping a much lower profile. Sure, there's no direct connection between Josh being convicted on CP charges and Kendra getting pregnant again, but it's not hard to see why the entire Counting On clan is much more secretive these days than they were pre-scandal. Or perhaps we should say prior to this most recent scandal. The Duggars have always been scandalous. So it's no surprise that Joe and Kendra would attempt to keep this one on the down low. Of course, it's also not surprising that eagle-eyed fans would spot the signs of an occupied uterus and call them out. Video clips from Jeremiah and Hannah's wedding made their way to the always amusing r/Duggar Snark subreddit. A very pregnant Kendra, no one is shooketh, one commenter observed based on a portion of the video in which a seemingly pregnant Kendra is seen circulating among the guests. There were some congratulatory remarks, but most commenters pointed out that Joe and Kendra seem to be compulsively attempting to outbreed the other Duggars. This poor girl is going to have 4 kids under 4 before she is even 24, one person wrote. According to UK tabloid The Sun, Jokin's 5th wedding anniversary is this year, and by then Kendra will have spent 3 out of those 5 years pregnant. 60%, another added. How old is their youngest? I thought they were just coming up on a year, but Kendra looks at least 6 months pregnant here, a third chimed in. It's not uncommon, of course, for Duggar women to birth numerous children in rapid succession. But as several Redditors noted, just because it's expected, that doesn't mean that it's not potentially harmful. That would mean the spacing is even shorter than usual, and that doesn't bode well for the future. One commenter observed, "Oh God, she doesn't even turn 24 until mid-August. She will definitely have 4 kids under 3 at 23, another echoed. Joseph and Kendra got married just weeks after her 19th birthday, and they wasted no time in getting down to the business of starting a family. There were rumors that Kendra got pregnant before the wedding, but the Duggars insist that the couple waited until their honeymoon. Whatever the case, Joe and Kendra are well on their way to shattering Jim Bob and Michelle's record for most humans created by a single marriage. Of course, they should probably bear in mind that they might have a much more difficult time feeding so many mouths. After all, the Duggar media empire has officially come to an end, and like the rest of his siblings, Joe has very little real-world job experience. It's anyone's guess how he supports his family these days. But knowing how tight-fisted Jim Bob is, you can be sure Joe and Kenny aren't receiving any handouts.